Well, the faith community has played an instrumental role in the humanitarian response in Ukraine. A group of men representing their respected synagogues decided to travel from Philadelphia to Poland to witness the crisis of the Ukrainian refugees firsthand. They did travel that way, actually, to see this all close up. And we're here to introduce you to all of them. So let me make sure that I have everybody's name right. Rabbis David Levin and John Cutler are joining us this morning. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being with us.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I got to talk about this. There were three of you that took this trip, and I'll start with you, Rabbi Cutler. Why?
Sure.
Why did you decide to all get together? Was it something that you all were sparked with doing, and you came together over breakfast one day?
It was actually driven by our faith. You know, there's an irony behind this whole thing, that we were in Krakow, and an hour away is Auschwitz. And one of the famous survivors of Auschwitz, Elie Wiesel, wrote that there may be times when we're powerless to prevent injustice, but there must never be time when we fail to protest. And it's because of that that drove us, and I can speak for the others as well, that we needed to go and this time be a voice for those who are victims. Mm-hmm. And as I said, the irony is that in Krakow, which was home to 70,000 Jews, it's our turn now to go back to Krakow and to work and to do humanitarian aid, and most importantly, to be a witness to what was happening, to bring it back to our respective congregations.
Yeah, and being a witness is certainly something that's very, very important and crucial to your faith. Rabbi Levin, what did you share with your congregation ahead of the trip?
Well, I am, as opposed to Rabbi Marx and Rabbi Cutler, I do not have a specific congregation. I work in the community doing a lot of outreach and a lot of collaborative work with synagogues and my colleagues. But I put the word out into my community, the folks with whom I'm in relationship and whom I've touched. And I will tell you, and I'll speak for Rabbi Marx and Rabbi Cutler as well, we were overwhelmed by the outpouring of support that we received. Their communities stepped up in a huge way in terms of material as well as money. And the folks that I have encountered along the way and I work with on a regular basis did likewise. So we all traveled over with bags that were filled with supplies that our people freely gave. And we also came over with a bunch of cash, which was also desperately needed in order to continue to fund the operations on the ground in Krakow.
That's beautiful. Rabbi Gregory Marx is joining us too. So it's the three of you, the three friends. What do you think you'll remember most, Rabbi Marx, from this trip?
I will remember meeting refugees who were coming across the border as right near the town of Przemyśl. There were people coming across the border dragging garbage bags full of their supplies and their clothing. And it just struck me the personal pain of being a refugee, of seeing someone going into their home that was destroyed, collecting whatever they could, shoving it into a garbage bag, and then crossing the border. It was heartbreaking to see. I met many of these individuals later on in what was an absorption center, and they're sleeping on cots with literally nothing. And that's what I will take away from it. You know, we have a tendency when we watch the news to look at this in terms of numbers and military movements and this town is destroyed and that town is destroyed. But we fail to remember that this is a personal story, and there are people personally impacted with this, not only losing the lives of loved ones, but having to literally begin again. There's nothing to return to. If you look at the videos of Busha and Mariupol, there's no home left for these people. And that left me personally scarred and to a certain level, even though I was looking at it from the outside in, significantly traumatized.
Well, I hope that, again, your faith keeps you all strong from seeing some of what is heartbreaking for so many around the world to see. Thank you to Rabbi Marx, Rabbi Levin, and Rabbi Cutler for being with us this morning. And thank you for sharing your personal story. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.